Welcome to another session or part 2 of the Linq query operations. And at this session actually we'll be talking about the let clause and the subqueries. It shouldn't take long for us actually to explain these subjects. So this is where we left it last time. This is what you will find in your source code. It's very neatly and nicely organized, I believe. Okay, and let's just I'm going to comment this one. Oh, actually I will just continue right here where I left for building the queries. So we said we'll be discussing about the let clause, and for that purpose we'll have to write another query which I will call query 7. Okay, and okay, the let clause. All right, but for the let clause, I'm going to do something that's a little bit different. All right, I will do another data source. I'm going to comment this out, comment it at this point up to right here, because I'm going to do another, actually another data source. Okay, and then what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to introduce an array string of a string coordinates. Okay, all right, and let me just copy the coordinates that I have just to save some time on overtyping. I don't want to bug you with this as well. All right, I have them already predefined on the clipboard, and here they are. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is my array of coordinates, and now what we need to do is we need to write a query clause or introduce the query clause inside that. Now, I would like to do something else right here. So we said, since we have an array and a collection of elements, we said that this is of a type IE enumerable, right? Oops. IE enumerable. Enumerable, okay? And that is of a type string, okay? Okay, and that's query 7 we said. And then we're going to say the following: from coordinates in coordinates, from every and each element in coordinates, let coord equals to C and split. I will explain what I'm doing. 1 second. And then by index 0, and then select the new coordinate, which is basically defined by let, which is this one right here. So what just happened? All right, so I'm going to comment this out as well, because this one, it doesn't really pertain to this query. It can be used for any other query, but not for this one. So for each, and then we'll discuss actually about the subqueries. Okay, I mean the result var in, and then we say in query 7, right? Okay, and then we'll just print out the result, obviously, which is I. Okay, it's simple, very simple, nothing to be scared of. Okay, so by introducing the let clause, what we did was, oops, let's go back right here. We are grabbing, by introducing with the let coord, we said that we're going to grab the first element of the two words, right, of the two strings. The first one, which is 0, right, with an index 0, then with an index 1, 2, 3, 4 as we loop through, right, and then print this result. So that means that we're going to grab this element, skip this one, then we'll grab this element, skip this one, then we'll grab this one and skip this one, and then we'll grab this one and skip this one. Okay, so this is how let actually is used right here. So we used it to assign a new value from the collection of elements in order to print it out. And then we used for each cycle, because that's of a type IEnumerable. I purposely put IEnumerable not to confuse you. So whenever we have IEnumerable, that would mean that we have a collection of something, right? So in our case, we have a collection of string, and hence actually we ended up looping through the records from the query 7 and displaying them. Okay, the next, I hope that's clear. The next thing that we're going to discuss about is subqueries. Subqueries, they're not difficult as well to master. I will use this one var, and I will call this query 8, right? And then here's what we will do at this point. I'm going to start with for subqueries. Obviously we're going to need at least to join two collections. In my case, I already have the persons and the order, right? From O in orders and orders, okay. And then I will say obviously the famous join P in persons, okay, on O dot person, okay, dot employee ID equals, but not this equals, I have to do it like this, and then say P dot employee ID, okay. And then I will just, what I'm going to do is I will just select the new elements at this point and then close this this query. All right, so what I would say is, again, I would use name equals to p name, something that we did before, if you recall. City equals to p city, and order number equals to order number, order total. All right, order total equals to O dot total. Okay, and let's keep it there. So we're going to keep it right here. This time I used the var. I implicitly actually declared the query 8. Okay, so I could have gone it this way, right? Obviously I could have done it this way, but I didn't go this way, so I used basically var to handle this for us. Okay, so let's just keep it this way. And then in order for us, I'm going to comment this out, loop through this, all of this. Okay, I will do another for each session and say the following: var in query 8, right? In query 8 console, right line, and then type in. So basically this var I is of a type person, keep that in mind, because of a type a person and order. So what I'm going to do is, let's just keep it var for the case of simplicity and not to confuse anybody. And then let's just do it like this: O name, oops, O name, what am I doing? O I name, and then I will have to do obviously concatenation. All right, let's just do a separation by comma. All right, plus I dash, so I will do the city this time. Okay, and then another concatenation, then I will do order number, and then I will do the order total, right? I dot order. Okay, so now when we run this, what's going to happen is we are going to get the results basically similarly as before. Okay. Now what I want to do right here is that we can do a little bit differently than before is we can do the following. So this is where the basically subquery comes from. Okay, employee ID equals to 1, but then I can also do another where clause where for example o dot person. Right, I forgot to do another equal right here sign, and it's complaining because of that employee ID equals to 2. So that subquery now by introducing this where clauses, we're saying pretty much the same way as in SQL select from, for example, orders, where employee ID in, and then we specify actually 1 and 2 right here. So basically this is a subquery when it's O1, or this one actually could have been part as derived from another from O in orders, for example, or whatever similar maybe query to another object, but we don't have another one. So we'll just use straight actually their IDs in order for us to print information. So what's going to happen at this point is we're going to be printing only 2 results where the condition is met. Okay, and where the condition is met, let's see. All right, so basically we didn't get any printout, huh? Because let's see, 1 second. Because in orders create, okay, so we are printing the right thing where O persons, one P person, let me see one something, employee ID, one employee ID equals to 1 and equals to 2. Which is not the right thing to do. Okay, so we have 2 orders for this employee, which is this one and this one, and then if we change number 2, something else will come up if we have for this employee, or we can just check if we have orders for this employee. All right, okay, I guess that kind of solves our dilemma, or where p1 and p dot employee equals to 2. All right, p employee ID equals to 2. All right, so let's see what happens at this point. It's probably going to run into a confusion because we are joining actually the tables, and that's why this is not allowed. Okay, so that's why we have to go through one of each other. All right. Okay, so this works. All right, so you have to experiment a little bit. Sometimes myself I have to experiment myself as well in order for me to really come out with the right results. Well, I hope you enjoyed this session as well. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next course. Thank you.